Okay, so there's a recent video I guess I found where they are teaching people in mental institutions or hospital or even a prison or whatever how to deal with somebody using a flexible weaponry like a pillowcase or sheet, fitted sheet, napkin, whatever, against a knife-wielding attacker. And maybe it's my interpretation, but I felt that there was something funny about that. Some people thought that was funny. And I've been studying martial arts some 40 some odd years. I'm in my 50s. I've worked the door half of that, right? I've had street altercations, I mean, more than I can count. Got the scars to prove it. I'm not saying I'm a tough guy. I just know that my martial art works. I'm an instructor under the Inasano Academy via Rick Fay out of the Minnesota Kali group, under Guru Dan Inasano. And when you see some of the stuff that I'm going to break down, you will, once you go watch those movies or whatever you see online, you're going to see there is a convergence. So first off, in order to deal with the knife, you have to train in the blade, right? So right now, I have a couple of, I have a belt on with a couple of blades on me, right? And the reason for this is just to let you know how you could even access the blade, right? Okay? So it's just, it's understanding where a blade may come from, how somebody may index their weaponry, right? So, you know, again, we start off with a numbering pattern, okay? So, you know, one of them might be a numbering pattern that starts like that, all right? And then you train with the numbering pattern left or right-handed, just like that, okay? And again, these are dull. These are not live blades. These are not live blades. But it gets you to a certain point of confidence in your training to deal with a live blade. And again, my EDC is a Spyderco. Generally, I used to carry a ballet song, more on that later. But it's big enough to where I can use this empty-handed. I don't have to get lethal with it right away. All right, it's big enough in my hand where if I hit you with this, it's probably going to cut or do some damage, or you're going to feel like you rather should have gotten shanked than me hitting you with the back end of this, right? Now, what they were showing on that video was not untrue, okay? This is flexible weaponry. This could be a shaman, okay? And if I put a rock in this and knock you upside the head with it, I don't care what kind of weapon you have in it, okay? That's gonna hurt, okay? Even just like right now, you see what's happening to the background? Pat, you can come at me with a knife, but you're about to get popped in your face, which is gonna disorient you, or it's gonna blind you, right? Now, don't let it be wet. You know, in a hospital setting, things can get wet real quick. So, you know, that snap, that's a bad deal. If I put some soap in this, or even if I just roll it up like this and just hold it like this, okay, that's gonna hurt. Okay? So again, that numbering system that I just gave you, it's the same thing as with a blade, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right? So I don't want to give you no ideas, because what's going to happen, some numbskulls going to go with their friends, because you know how it is. You know, you take a wet towel and you pop somebody. Oh, it's all fun and jokes in the freaking locker room. But you have to actually snap somebody's eye out. Then you're going to come back wondering, oh, how can I sue somebody? All right? So, more later. But again, This piece of clothing that I actually wear I borrow from the Indonesian and the Filipino culture. This is a sarong. It's nothing but something I went to the fabric store, 2 yards for my height and weight, sewed a loop, all right, and now I have a weapon. Now I have a weapon, okay? I put a rock in it. I put an orange in it, a piece of soap. Pop! I'm hurting you with this. I felt the end of this, and trust me, it's gonna take the wind out of somebody's sail who's gonna be trying to snap at you with a freaking blade. However, you gotta train at it. All right. Whether you choose to do this, what we call the double tie method, whether you choose to do the single tie method, where now you've got to launch it, don't dip it in some water, as I explained, or put a rock in the end of it, all right? Or whether you choose to wear it as a sash, all right, right or left-sided, okay? This is the clothing, flexible weaponry is not a joke, okay? You can still use it the same way. Right? And the problem is that you have to train with it. All right? That's the only thing. I've used the bar towel in real situations many times. But I was confident enough to do so because I trained it many times in the gym. So, the stuff you see in the movies, the stuff you see that's choreographed, they get it from somewhere. Trust me. And I have the background, the lineage, and the training for that. And this is just to give you some ideas. I don't have a training partner right now, but I do want to put out kind of a couple of videos because it's scarf season. Ugh, the way people wear scarves right now, it's stupid, right? So, again, first off, you have to know and understand how to train with the blade. What the blade is, how it works. Alright? Not to mean you want to go out there and knife fight with just anybody, right? You don't want to do that because you are going to get cut. The whole purpose in the Filipino martial arts of training with the blade is how minimally you are going to get cut. Right? So you understand what parts of the body and what parts, you don't want, you need to protect, and how do you defend against it. Alright? And then once you understand fighting with a blade, then it's easy to know how to defend with the blade, whether it be long or short. Okay? So I just wanted to make this quick video. I'll tag the video that I'm referencing to. I don't want to call out my guy because I do like him. I think what's happening is there's a bit of ignorance, right? And it's easy to laugh at when you don't understand with what you're really truly dealing with. And someone like me, and God bless it, I've been fortunate enough to be trained by some of the best, have lived through some dangerous situations, and I'm prepared for other dangerous situations again. Not trying to call myself out as the biggest bad guy, but I'm not a cat that you're just gonna walk up on either.